anti-nuclear capital of the world. I was an autistic kid. My father was a drafted United States Marine, an incredible man.
I'm here.
I come from an incredible family. My uncle stood on Omaha Beach on D-Day. I grew up on a huge ranch out by the lake. He was a beautiful, incredible person. He was at Pendleton, combat ready, and they were human guinea pig. They were marched into the trenches in Nevada. They're called atomic veterans. He nearly died at the blast. Between 1951 and 1968, we had 300 open-air tests. Well, as different scientists started to write about this, Wallace Stegner was at the University of Utah at the time. I got to know him. Edward Abbey was hanging around there. I got to know him. I got to know all these environmentalists, and I was an environmentalist, and it was a passionate, intense subject matter there.
All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. Plumgate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. Plumgate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. They'll be calling you a radical. May God have mercy on all of your souls.
Nuclear power was evolving. We were promised, oh, this can't happen. It will never happen. We cannot have a meltdown.
Well, good morning, Dogma Snuggie wearers, Dogma burger eaters. Everybody's got their paradigm. It's shaped, it's gilded, it's gone. Orwell on Balco. Now, of course, we got the Hillary freaking feigning scenario going on. Obama did her good, didn't he? That hater? Yeah, black guy. If he's black, I'm freaking purple, striped. I'm rainbow. Striped. Whitey from Kansas, boy, did he have you. Far-right, radical, teabagger, freaking gun-toting, freaking globalist, freaking hardcore, the farthest right to the politician in history. In history, you heard me right, the furthest radical to the right, far-right, free market fair tales, TPP, exploit the earth for profit in world history, bar none. Barry Obama, far-right radical. What's TPP? The worst human being in the history of mankind to the environment. I didn't say leader. I didn't say president. Worst person to the environment in humankind. Barry Obama. Whitey from Kansas. Woman hater, the hardcore. Now you think about the hatred for freaking women, race. The man who hates African Americans harder than any president in modern history. Barack Obama. The man who hates women harder than any man in history. Barack Obama. It doesn't matter about your paradigm, what you think. Whitey from Kansas. Now let's talk about the abuse. The abuser becomes the abuse. The abused becomes the abuser. Read his own book. He talks about his hardcore abuse by his stepfather. Not his real father, his stepfather in Taiwan. Okay, let's go back to the chain of abuse. Let's talk about the chain. You can go right into Bill Clinton, same thing. Hillary says it right in her own book. Hillary says, point blank, Barack Obama was so Bubba, Bill Rockefeller, Walmart, freaking Clinton was so hardcore abused by his second name. And abused children, that's his sexual impropriety. Sexual gratification, which she's right about that. So, Obama, let's talk about him. Let's talk about this masquerade, scam artist, piece of shit. Let's get real about him. Okay, let's stop about his beginnings. So, this guy's beginnings. Let's go to his mother. How was he conceived? How was Barack Obama conceived, come to be into this world? All right, let's start at the beginning. A guy has a baby in Kansas. Him and his wife has one child. They're only going to have one child. Wants a boy so bad. Male chauvinist to the 10th power so bad. You know, you go back to Johnny Cash's incredible song, Boy Named Sue. You go back to that song. So he names his girl, she's a girl. Now remember, this is in this era. Think about this. He names her Stanley. Okay, that's happened before. She can go by her middle name, right? Ann is her middle name. Stanley Ann is her name. Okay, Durham, Kansas. So, okay, good enough. You're a chauvinist prick. You name your child. I mean, you know what kind of abuse that is from inception. You know what kind of arrogance that is from inception. Name her Stanley. All right, fine. School starts. She's in public school system in Kansas. Goes to kindergarten, first grade, elementary. Teachers don't want to call her Stanley. Other kids are making fun of her already. They've been teasing her from day one. Start teasing her. Of course. I mean, it's inevitable. A girl named Stanley? Are you kidding? In the United States? So the teacher starts using the name Ann. Well, you know, young lady, we're going to go by Ann just because, you know, that's what good teachers do. We're going to, you know, defuse this situation right here, right now. We're not going to subject this young little girl, this 5-year-old little child to that kind of abuse. I mean, who would? I mean, it's beyond abuse. I mean, you might as well just beat her. So the father gets wind of this. This happens again in the first grade, happens again in the second grade, happens again in the third grade, happens again in junior high school, happens again in high school. He's a domineering, control, male chauvinist pig from hell. He goes to the school, requires the school call her Stanley, requires her to use the word Stanley. She's awkward, she's fucked up, she has a high IQ. Her mother has a high IQ. Her mother works for the World Bank. High IQ female, domineering father, male chauvinist pig, abuser, hardcore. His mother's words, not mine. So Hawaii becomes a state. His mother's connected. His grandmother works for the World Bank. So the new land, they get an opportunity to go over there. So they go over there. So she's 18, 19 years old now. She has daddy issues to the 10th power. How could you possibly not? He's controlling. He's domineering. She's awkward as it fucking gets. Really awkward girl. How could she not be with a high IQ? You know, it's the same exact identical scenario as Steve Chinese Jobs' parents. Same dynamic of play, which happened in this country fucking so much. Men of that generation, I mean, domineering, I mean, coming off the backs of World War II, Oliver Stone says it best, fucking the most arrogant fucking people you ever met in your fucking life. Oliver Stone's words. That movie's getting ready to come out tomorrow, right? So, they go there. She's got daddy issues. What are girls of that generation with daddy issues? Interracial sex? Bingo, immediately. I mean, it's just the facts of life. It's just the facts the way it is. The exchange student at the University of Hawaii, let's get real, Barack Obama's mom had an IQ off that fucking map. Brilliant woman. Socially awkward, socially a fucking mess. Her father wouldn't even allow her to fucking date. Totally a fucking awkward fucking mess. Because of the over-domineering fucking male chauvinist pig, her father, who is a fucking creep. One of the greatest creeps there ever was. A boy named Sue. How about a girl named Stanley? So, he's a polygamist. This Kenyan's a polygamist. Polygamy is legal in Kenya. The other wife knows he's out seeking other, brood mares. She knows it. She says it. She admits it. You read up on it. He's a polygamist. He comes over here. He doesn't bother telling Barack Obama's mother. She's awkward. Barack Obama's mom, the dad, sure not going to protect him from this guy. You know? Can you, I mean, I've raised beautiful daughters. Some motherfucker shows up fucking with me, snooping around my fucking daughter. I'm digging into who the fuck they are. Oh boy. And my daughters all know. You know? They're hooked up and married now, and they know. No, I want to know the background of this dude. I want to know where he's from, who he is, what is going on, what the fuck. There ain't some scumbag just hooking up with one of my girls. Oh, hell no. Fuck no. Who are you? Where do you come from? Who's your parents? Who are your grandparents? Where's your fucking family? What's the whole fucking background? I want to know everything about this guy right now. You know, it's one thing to date or one everything. You know, you're talking marriage. They didn't bother digging into this guy. This guy was a fucking polygamist. His other wife knew. Barack Obama's mother didn't know. She didn't fucking know. You want to talk, you want to talk an abused female. I mean, Barack Obama's mother, I look back on her path. Barack Obama continues to abuse her to this fucking day. He's a sick, sick bastard. This is a sick fucker. Sick fucker. He tricked everybody. So, she hooks up this guy to have a baby. You know, Barry's his name. They named him Barry. You know, Barry Obama. So Barry is named Barry Obama, born in Hawaii. I think it's probably true he was born in Hawaii. Now, was he raised in Indonesia? Absolutely. His impressionable years in Indonesia? His own words. Absolutely. So, the parents don't look out for this kid. Then, the father is he's a creep. She finds out. Barack Obama's mother finds out. This guy's fucking married. She's outraged. She flips her fucking lid. You know, the whole fucking situation's just strange. The guy he's a polygamist. I grew up in Utah. I come from polygamous fucking roots. My two Danish grandmothers. I know the scenario. These fucking men are sexual fucking predators. That's all they are. That's all polygamy ever was. That's all it ever was. They got the two Danish girls, and both Danish girls, I look at both my polygamy grandmothers. Neither one of them had children with this asshole. They kidnapped them in Denmark, and they both said, fuck you. They understood it was nothing but sexual motivation. That's all Mormonism ever was. That's all it ever was. That's how it fucking began. Joe Smith was a sexual fucking predator. Paul McKay Brody called it to a T. That's all it ever was. I come from polygamy on both fucking sides. You know, and that's all it ever was. That's what Barack Obama's father was, sexual predator. That's all he was. You know, Barack Obama has 10 fucking siblings from at least fucking 3 or 4 different females. At least, maybe more than that. Including the skull and bones connected fucking Harvard Law fucking mare. You know, they call them brood mares. That's what the Mormons called them. I will quote Joseph Smith right here. Joseph Smith stole a lot of stuff out of the Bible, including the Quran. It's unarguable. Mark Twain's words, not mine. Just mosh podge it together. He was a con man, one of the greatest con mans with a high IQ, incredibly sexually fucking motivated. Who pulled it off? The whole fucking dynamic is based on one madman's fucking Masonic fucking thesis, fucking high IQ scamming fucking lies. It is every man's right to have 10 young virgins. It is every man's duty to seek out and find 10 young virgins. Joseph Smith. The fact. He come up with polygamy when Emma caught him having sex with a 14-year-old. By the way, Emma divorced him and stayed there. And boy, did she get him in the end. The script that fucking their Holy Grail that's in their fucking Pearl of Great Price, she said it supposedly burnt in Chicago fire. Oh, no, she had secretly donated it to the Metropolitan. It appeared Dr. Azari found it. Somebody gave it to him. Blew their whole fucking story completely out of the fucking water. And history's going to record it that way. I already has. It's a lie. It's a fucking 100% lie and proven to be a fucking lie. Just like Barack Obama. The fucking lie. So, Barack Obama's father, he's just looking, you know, for more marriages. He's a sexual fucking predator. He's a polygamist. You know, that's the only thing they got right about the whole Muslim thesis. You know, he stood in Riyadh with King Salman. He stood there. Now think about it in Riyadh. Barack Obama's doing to his mother from the grave that they do in Riyadh, in Saudi Arabia, the most repressive people on. You know, a man just accuses a woman of anything, they stone him to death. They still do public fucking stoning. This is your trade partner. This is your oil country. This is the people you protect that flew the fucking planes into the towers. This is your fucking brother Bandar, By the way, I'm doing this radio show right in front of fucking Brunskill Cross house. I think I'm going to go talk to his fucking one of them today. He was in the plane 9/11, huh? Remember? The National Security Advisor, I know him personally. I know a lot of these players fucking personally because I grew up in this fucking town. This is my town. I grew up here. I grew up in an influential fucking family. Look it up, who my fucking family are on both sides. Abraham Hunsaker the Fourth, my grandfather. You know, Moses fucking Tracy, that's my other fucking grandfather. You know, the whole fucking thing. These Mormon fucking roots, and I am at sea. So Barack Obama's mother, she divorced his dad. He's never around anyway. He was just scared to fucking have sex with her and plant a fucking seed. You know, grow his fucking flock. That's what they do in Kenya. That's what they fucking do in Utah. You know, that's what they did. You know, they had nothing to do with these fucking women. They'd come over, fucking have sex with them and grow their herd. That's it. Period. That's all they do. Root nurse. You know, that's it. But Barack Obama's father he was a creep. Barack Obama's father was one of the greatest creeps that ever fucking walked. He ended up at at Harvard. Oh my, really? Yeah, look it up. So Barack Obama's mother finally leaves the fuck. So she's still got daddy issues. Daddy's not looking out for her. Daddy's an abusive fucking prick, arrogant fucking asshole, just like Barack Obama. Where'd he learn it? Barack Obama's in formal years, his basic fundament. Now we know psychologically that the child's fucking mind 100% is developed by 4.5 years old. That's unarguable fucking science. Who was his influence as his male figure? Not his dad, the man who planted the seed. That's not a father. He was never even around the guy. Didn't have any fucking interaction whatsoever with him. Never played with him, never picked him up, never kissed him, never did anything. Same as Bill Clinton. That dynamic was set in place. That's how they become the fucking sociopaths that they are, because they had no interaction, love from the father figure. None. He had some from his mom, I think. But she was a stressed out fucking wreck. How could she not be? Abused by fucking the father, then she's abused by this fucking asshole. So, bingo. More daddy issues. What? What? Fucking another honor student? Fucking Indonesia? Oh my God. Really? She immediately starts a sexual relationship with this guy immediately? What? Daddy issues to the 10th power. I mean, she's lashing out. Her own words. She takes Barack Obama to Indonesia. This guy's a hardcore fucking abuser. Now think about this. TPP based in Indonesia. Slavery's 100% legal in Indonesia. The greatest, strongest, most repressive monarchy besides the Saudi, the second one, is in Indonesia. It's a monarchy. Slavery's legal there. Abuse on children's legal there. Children smoke cigarettes there. Child labor's legal there. Barack Obama's own book talks about the horrible abuse. Finally, the grandmother gets wind of the fucking abuse. Finally, somebody in the family's going to stand up for her. She doesn't even stand up for her. The old man goes right at fucking her again. This is the abusive fuckhead he is. He attacks her. They file paperwork in the fucking courts in fucking Hawaii to get fucking custody of Barack and his sister. She has a baby from this guy. They're following fucking paperwork. So in the whole time this whole narrative's going out, Fox News throws out the birther narrative so you don't dig into this. He would never got elected if people knew these stories. They're like, what the fuck? His father's a polygamist? I mean, what the fuck? Because the truth, this fucking herd of fucking sheep, they just go around with fucking contemporary society or what was right. They don't know any different. They don't think that things can be different. They think this is all fucking normalcy. As normal as unleashing cattle on the western fucking, as normal as a middle-aged fucking female with a fucking beer belly. They think it's normal. As normal as dying of cancer at 50. By the way, the girl that I was so in love with when I was in high school, I think back, the only girl I was really in love with. You know, and, I mean, wow. Obituary in the paper today. More cancer. I mean, more fucking radiation because she was so beautiful than that. Wow. So, Younger than me. You're younger than me. Wow. So Obama is being hardcore abused by this stuff because that's what they do in Indonesia. It's fucking very normal to abuse children there. Very fucking normal fucking behavior. What they're there for. Sex with children's legal there. I mean, fuck these creepy pedophile fucks. Look it up. They go over there. I mean, it's disturbing. It's beyond disgusting. Child labor, forced labor camps, till you're fucking shrimp. TPP? What the fuck? He's a Democrat? No, he's not. No, he's not. He's a hard far-right, radical fucking everything that the fucking contract on America wants, just like Bill fucking Clinton. Bill Clinton Rockefeller. If that fucker's a Democrat, remember he fucking tried to call himself John Kennedy? Fuck, he couldn't make a pimple on their fucking ass. They're hard right fucking globalists that fucking conned you. These fuckers found them fucking, well, they didn't find Bill. Bill's a fucking Rockefeller. There's no doubt in my fucking mind. So is Chelsea, so is Zuckerberg, so is fucking Sheila. The whole fucking control, they got it all. So they filed paperwork to get custody of Barack away from this abusive situation these children are in. The mother finally says, the old man fucking goes right after her still. The old man's still abusing fucking Stanley. The old man, all my guess is the grandfather was hardcore abused by his, oh, I read that. Look it up. The father says the grandfather, Barack Obama's fucking grandfather, read into it. You can read right into it. Go to Wikipedia. It's fucking right out there. It's everywhere. He says he came from a hardcore abusive fucking background. The chain of fucking abuse just continues. So they get custody. They bring him back to Hawaii. So the boy's raised in Hawaii with a fucking unloving grandparents. His grandparents are very cold people. You know, look at when he died, when he got elected. Look how unemotional he was. He says it in his own fucking book. He's a pretty fucking high IQ fucking kid from his mom. His mom's a fucking intellectual. So they go along, they're raising the boy. You know, this woman's a fucking mess. I mean, she's working on PhD, she's brilliant, you know, so she goes to her fucking academia fucking works, and she's sponsored by the World Bank. They find her. They know through the fucking bloodlines. The mom's fucking CIA, now she is. It's unarguable that Barack Obama's mother's CIA. Probably his grandmother, his grandmother was. It's unarguable. World Bank. So, the connection all goes on. That's what they do. They search. Ask Edward Snowden. Snowden admits his mom and dad were CIA. That's how he got the fucking clearance all the way up. He says it had nothing to do with my intellectual capacity because I was green as grass. I was stupid. I went along with the moral share. He says that's how dumb I was. It says until he got in there, but all the doors open because that's the way fucking monarchies work. All sports, everything's, and that's where we've turned to. We fought against these monarchies. It all works on bloodlines. That's what we fought against. That's why the tax rate was 94%. There was no inherited wealth. You could not inherit wealth. People gave it all away. That's what they did in this country because we wanted to be opposite of the monarchies. Fucking Marie Antoinette, like the French Revolution. Same thing, American Revolution, the fucking Masonics. You know, the George Washington Masonics broke fucking ranks. Well, Skull and Bones stole it all from them. You know, I'm going to start I'd like to write a book fucking, you know, Masonics versus Skull and Bones. I think because that's all it is. It's a fucking board game. That's all it is to these freaks. And they fucking won. They kicked the fuck out of us, destroyed us, killed the fucking earth. They went too far. So, they're raising this boy. So he's tall, skinny guy, freaking. Of course he makes the basketball team in Hawaii. Can he play? Oh, he can't walk and chew gum. Remember how he grandson he was the athlete? And, you know, Michelle's brother really is a fucking good basketball player. And she really does come from African-American freaking bloodline, you know, slave root. She gets it, which, how the fuck she doesn't knock him on his fucking ass is unbelievable to me. I mean, she needs to wake the fuck up and realize what a piece of shit this guy she's married to is. This phony fraud. Remember when he threw the first pitch out at the White Sox game in his mom jeans? That exposed he was such a fucking liar. Because I'm the African-American athlete. I grew up as an athlete. I'm still a good fucking athlete, really good athlete. I'm probably fucking just as good now as I was then, you know, health-wise. You know, my uncle, I saw him today. He's going to the senior games, wins several fucking gold medals every year. 80 and over, the fucking guy's still doing it. You know, that's kind of bloodlines. I grew up an athlete. I'm still, this guy, you can spot it. You know, this guy's the most unathletic fucker ever. Playing basketball, they never show any footage of him playing basketball. They just say he was playing basketball. You know, walking around the gym, you know the type. You know the type that shows up in his fucking church fucking socks, doesn't have any shoes in fucking high school gym class. You know, which that's fine. But why would you fucking go along and say you're an athlete? Oh, because to fool the African American community, get elected, and he fooled them. Oh, he conned the African American fucking community. He conned the athletic fucking community. He conned everybody. This guy, fuck, what a con man. There's never been a con man like this. I mean, Bill Walmart Clinton, he was a con man from hell. But he had Ross Perot to place him there, right? Remember Ross Perot talking tariffs? Whoosh. He was right, and then he just shuts the fuck up. And then Bill fucking Clinton goes along with the contract on America, NAFTA, which the far radical right had been captured fucking a long time ago. Look at them. They're all free trade. Look, every one of them signed up for TPP. They get fucking elected, and they go right down the fucking Koch brothers fucking alley. Well, what does the fucking left do? Same thing. I call them the TPP Betrayal 14, including Senator Wyden, who went to Fukushima, did all kinds of stuff on it. And that's another thing that I really have a fucking gripe with. There's how these activists in Oregon, there's these activists all over. Come on, now, one person can go ask Senator Wyden. He does fucking town hall meetings all over. I've had people show up. You can't stand up in front of the fucking place with a sign. Fukushima, hey, Senator Wyden, can I catch you? You know, you have to, they let you publicly speak. You could stand right up there with a YouTube camera like I do. Huh? You can't say, hey, you went to Fukushima, Japan. You said we have to have a global organization. This is an unbelievable catastrophe. We have to have a global. You said it over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Now, not only do you not even talk about it, don't even mention it, you're pro-TPP. What? Oregon has great products to export? What? They're dead salmon that don't show up that you killed? Oh, you're in action? And nobody can ask him, You heard Mike Lee say, oh, me and Senator Wyden are close friends. I know Senator Wyden. I talked to his whole staff multiple. I just call him every Monday. And Barbara Boxer's staff when this whole thing was a play. There was a time when, we had things going on. Not now. And the frogs have been boiled nicely. They accepted it's a normalcy bias. Cancer, we're just going to die at fucking 50. No animals on Earth, normalcy bias. So back to Barry Obama. So, he's a confused fucking, abused fucking kid. He really is. He's read his own book. Ends up at Occidental in Eagle Rock. I did a really cool video at Occidental. I think it's ironic that I was at Occidental College fucking up there on their incredible solar fucking farm thing that they have at Occidental, which is one of the best in the country. I'm there when we got the news that Diablo Canyon was fucking closing. I do that fucking thing, drinking the beer at Occidental. That's where I'm at. I walked up there, JC and Kurt and I. And, so, he's sleeping in his fucking car. Well, they find him. Who finds him? Well, they already know. His mother's connected to CIA. He's connected. They know. They look just like Bill Rockefeller. They love the bastard child, all the way back to Da Vinci. They love bastard children. And I like how they put out the narrative, New World Order, when there's nothing new about it. It's old as Babylon and evil as hell. They put out the New World Order narrative. They put out the word Illuminati to make you think they're special human. They're a bunch of inbred leaders. That's all they are. They don't illuminate. They put out that word. They throw it to the far radical fucking right. Michael Savage's CIA. So is his son. Now his son's a billionaire off what? Meth in a can? Yeah, that's him. It's the same old bloodline narrative. Right out of the house of Fox News, right out of the house of Winter, Rupert Murdoch, the most anti-American people and the most anti-United States people in the history, Oxford, the anti-tariff, you think it's coincidence Barack Obama took off McKinley, the fucking Masonic, the fucking, pro-tariff guy, with an executive order. This isn't coincidence, what he's up to. He knows exactly what he's fucking doing. He's a fucking globalist good team player. So, he's sleeping in the fucking car. This professor finds him in Occidental. Straightens him out, says, hey, fuck, I can get you in. You got the right bloodline. This guy, he's probably connected too. My guess, he's a CIA professor. There's lots of them. That's who they loved. They came to me when I was a professor. They came to me. I wouldn't play ball. I have the letter from them. And it says right on to immediately burn it. I have it. I'm the guy that I am the guy who fucking identified, because that's what I was. I was a derivative arbitrage specialist then. I'm the guy that identified they bought puts out of the money on the airline stock. I'm the guy. Fact. That's what I did. You know, they fucking went to work on me, stripped my PhD, took my MBA, I mean, you got them fucking pulling my fucking undergraduate. I mean, these fuckers are madmen. Sickos. University General Electric. Because, I mean, activist professors, they don't put up with that shit anymore. They will annihilate you. So they find Obama. Okay? What? Tall, skinny black guy at Harvard Law? He must be a basketball player, right? Surprise, surprise. So, I'm back. Technical difficulties. So, he's at Harvard Law. How is that possible? The whitest place on earth. Because he's white. That's why. This is Whitey from Kansas. This guy has no representative background whatsoever in any kind of race, any kind of person of color, and he's a woman hater. Okay? Of course, they love this guy. I mean, this guy's, come on, his father's a fucking polygamist. What's more abusive to a female than fucking polygamy? Nothing. 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 And think about, it's like this grandstand bullshit television show, which doesn't even exist because polygamy is fucking, it doesn't exist. I mean, it's here, but they're fundamentalists. And, you want to see what polygamy is here. You look at the Jeffs clan, whatever, they're which is basically, all they are is what basic Mormonism was. You want to see what Mormonism was in 1870s, 1860s, 1840s, 50s, you look at the fundamentalists. The FLDS, the Warren Jeffs and everything, which were right here. They were right here. They didn't leave here till the 1950s. Right here in northern Utah, in Davis County is where they fucking. There's lots. Grew up with lots of polygamous girls. We grew up in a very rich town. Weaver County was rich with. I mean, you want to talk sexy, beautiful females? Oh my God, this place. Mount Ogden Park had nothing on San Francisco. This place was filthy, stinking rich. But you had this incredible dichotomy because you had these girls that would walk around, might as well be naked. It was just like San Francisco. That's how open this place was. Blue, the bluest district in the country, right here. Now it's the reddest district in the country, and one of the poorest when it was one of the richest. So, but in the county out there where I grew up, lots of polygamists were still, fundamentalists. Their girls were very backwards, very fucking awkward, long dresses like Barack Obama's mother, very awkward fucking girls. And now as we go forward, because I got older, I've been single pretty well my whole life, so I went through a lot of girls, sexually wise, and different things, especially when I was younger. I mean, when my children, whatever, I raised my girls. I raised my family. They're fantastic women. I do the right thing. But these girls, so many of them were sexually molested by the fathers and abused by their family. That's what these fundamentalists do. I mean, you think about Warren Jeffs. I mean, the other women holding down this little girl. My ex-wife is cousins with that girl. And the arranged marriage one in Utah, not the one holding down, but the arranged marriage one here that he went to prison for. And do never forget this. Mike Lee's brother is the Utah Supreme Court. Never forget this. A lot of people don't know this. Warren Jeffs, when he was fucking convicted here, was all political theater. No one would ever go after these guys. He had his fucking charter school, which they have charter schools now. They have a charter school here now called Patriot. I mean, these charter, which are worse than madrasas. They're crusader fucking Christian fucking hardcore fucking schools. The logo is an M16 with a fucking soldier on it. They think about that. You want to talk in Christian crusading indoctrination, holy wars. Oh my God. It's disturbing. So these fundamentalists, I mean, my God, disturbing. So Obama's back there. They see, my God, this guy's perfect. Number one, every election is won by the taller candidate. And seriously. This will be a weird one here if Trump wins or not, because Hillary's a woman. Now, that's different in the psychic. Absolutely, it's fucking different in the psychic. The tall male versus, shorter female, that's normal, to the subconscious of the psychic that's fucking been Orwellian groomed. But man running against man, the taller candidate always wins. They say, well, Bush won. No, Bush didn't win. Bush did not win. He never won either time. It's been fucking well-documented proof. Again, all roads lead right here. Karl Rove, they fucking stole that. It's fucking, hijacked the Supreme Court. So Mike Lee's brother, the Utah Supreme Court, he's Warren Jeffs. Now, this is how insane these people are. He's in prison in the Utah State Prison. Do you know his conviction was overturned in Utah? And do you know that they fought very hard to block his extradition to fucking Texas? You heard those tapes. They fought hard to block the extradition. So I think Bush got right. Oh, they just fucked up when he set up shop in Texas. Kind of like Energy Solutions is doing right now. They think, this ain't Utah. They bought a hole in Texas and fucking Carlsbad. When them Texans find out, you know what they're going to do to Energy Solutions? When they find out they're shoving fucking illegal fucking nuclear waste all over in their fucking ground, blowing all over them, they're going to be like these fucking, polygamous women of fucking Utah who grew up. Just fucking take it. So Barack Obama, they find him at Harvard Law, prop him up. Not because of his intellectual capacity, which it was there. They knew. They knew they had the connection through the mother, through the grandmother. They knew what he was. They knew he was fucking, an intellectual. They knew he had a little bit of charismatics to him. They postured and they groomed with him. But he was tall, and he looked black. They know that the populaces are changing. They know. Now, if John Kennedy Jr. would not have been murdered in that plane, which, they whacked him. This falls back into Obama. Stay with me. There would never be no fucking Barack Obama. Never. John Kennedy would have won that exact election that Barack Obama won by the biggest landslide you ever fucking seen, John Kennedy. It would have been the biggest landslide ever. He was posturing and groomed. Everybody knew it. He would have fucking ran in 2008. They were pointing to it, whatever. Boom, dead. So there's only one Kennedy left, right? What did Barack Obama do to her? Name her the ambassador to fucking Japan and send her to Fukushima. Now, you cannot make this up. I want to talk literature. There's iconic photographs of John Jr. and Caroline standing at his grave at the day of the funeral, the 50th anniversary. Where was Caroline? At Fukushima, Japan, with her son, who looks exactly like John Jr. and John Sr. I mean, he looks just like him. He made a statement, the only statement he's ever made. You don't think she knows? So how do you get rid of it? I mean, he knew. Now stay with me on this. This is important. This is his subconscious hate. Now, he hates Hillary Clinton. That battle, Bill Clinton talked about it fucking in depth when they were running. He says, don't vote for this arrogant fucker. He's not what you think he is. He's, well, who would know? It takes one to know one, doesn't it? Bill Clinton knew because he knew he was one of them chameleons. Democrat? Yeah, right. Progressive? Right. For labor? Right. This is fucking NAFTA, Bill Walmart, fucking globalist Clinton who gutted the country. Fucking Glass-Steagall. Look up Glass-Steagall. Look who stands between Glass-Steagall, fucking Mariner Eccles, Federal Reserve. I knew Mariner personally. He's from here. He's fucking friends with our family, both fucking families. You know, the Eccles are Ogdenites. I mean, that wealth fucking that exists. That's how I got my question up in the Eccles Foundation when Snowden got there, because I know him. They're like, well, he got my question, because Mrs. Eccles, I talked to her. Did you get it to him? Yeah, he got your question, Kevin. What was my question? And he addressed it. Doug Provisio tried to mask over it because he's a pussy, panty caner, fucking go along like the rest of these Utah fucking panty painter, goat-licking fucking fools. They're fucking Orwellian dogs, sheep, fucking just fucking walk along lapping up their fucking, you know, Orwellian fucking Kool-Aid. They don't even fucking know it. I asked Snowden point blank, you know, and he got it, and he put down my article fucking there. He put the camera right down on it, and Provisio even said, I've never seen that. I says, you issued through Greenwald, who they got his boyfriend at Lockheed and shut him down, just like they're dancing with fucking, they're cutting a deal with fucking Assange right now because they know the statute of limitations is running out. They know they're fucking running out of fucking the Swedish rats that they are. Who let Hitler through? Who? Not the Danes, not the fucking Norwegians. The Swedes, they're old fucking, same old players, good soldiers. Drum up bullshit charges. Say that these fucking two girls will come right out and say, fuck, he never raped either one of us. Consensual sex with both of us. But one of them claims that she asked him to use a condom, which is a total lie. She's admitted fucking many times she never asked him to use no condom. They just drummed him up. So they're holding their dancing. He does an interview with Fox News and CNN. It's, you know, they're cutting a deal. You been in here long enough? By the way, there's a rumor that fucking, now get this, Pamela Lee went over there. You know what she did. She went over there and serviced him. So there's a person in my site, whatever, you know, there's a lot of people saying, I says, a little old for my taste. And she emailed me back and says, oh, yeah, you would. I says, maybe. You know, so YouTube's such a powerful genre. You don't know who's on the other end. It's really so fucking, it's so incredibly powerful. It's so abused by the fucking so-called prophets and the fucking radical fucking right-wing fucking Kool-Aid drinking God's will, and then the fucking left hippie crits fucking nuclear's clean. Just tortured that fucking genre. The fake activists that have taken the field, they're not activists, none of them are. None of them got a fucking answer because they have no education, they have no path. You have to be in the street to be an activist. You have to fucking actually fucking physically do the work. It's a fucking bloody fucking bruising fucking hardcore fucking path. Oh, I know, I've been there for a long time on a lot of fucking fronts, and I have answers. So they prop him up, you know, go through the political apparatus, you know, place him in Illinois. They look around, just like, okay, Orrin Hatch, the line of the Senate. He's not from here in Utah. They look for political, just like Chafee. Chafee is Jewish, by the way. Here, Jason Chafee, he's Jewish. He comes from an old fucking California fucking Democratic progressive bloodlines in Huntington. They look for places. They come to be when they're political operatives, just like Karl Rove. He's not from here. Fucking Mitt Romney's not from here. None of them are fucking here. You know, he's from Pennsylvania. He was given a map of Utah when he was running for the fucking Senate, Orrin Hatch. He couldn't even tell you. He didn't even know fucking one place for the next. That's what they do. Hillary did it in New York. Kennedy did it in New York. They, you know, of course they knew, but that's how it works. So they place him in Illinois. You know, they find a place that they look like they can meet the demographic and get him elected because they know the money can fucking do it. The populace is that fucking gone and asleep. They get him elected, whatever, and then he looks black. He gives these dramatic, they write his speeches, they give him fuck thing, and the whole country is so sick of the Bush crime family, so sick of the lies of the fucking war and Colin Powell's fucking lies in front of the union. They're so disgusted with this mass murder and lies thrown right in their face, so sick of Dick Cheney and the Bush fucking CIA, they can't fucking stand it. A fucking dirt clod as a Democrat could have got elected. Fucking Charles Manson himself could have run as a fucking dirt. Well, we'd probably been better off. No Republican was going to get elected. Fucking no way. Not after the lies of the fucking war machine. Everybody had a gut. The fucking lies had been exposed. They knew it. They knew they could pluck off Hillary. You know, why? How come? Because they're afraid that maybe she won't go along with her globalist fucking path, which she's been a hardcore sociopathic globalist from day one. Yellow, fucking law, Skull and Bones. They put a female because, look, there's been a big fight inside Skull and Bones about her being Skull and Bones because they don't allow women. No women. No black guys. You know, they're white fucking, you know, like Skilly at that fucking club down there. Why did they not have a fucking autopsy on Skilly? Real easy, because he was full of fucking pills. They didn't want it exposed that this self-righteous fuck sitting on the fucking bench passing out judgment on these fuckers, you know, when they're the ones throwing out the Oxycontin. The very people that he supported fucking did him in the end. I'm sure it was chock full of oxycodone. Chock full. They didn't want that exposed, this self-righteous fucking liar. I mean, he was an old fucking man with a bad fucking heart sitting at that fucking, what the fuck's he even doing there? Against the law. Really against the law. But no, law doesn't matter in this country anymore. It's like, what's antitrust laws? We don't enforce them. You know, what's a tariff? I love Hamilton. I can sing a dance. What's a tariff? This is how illiterate and ignorant have gone along. Orwell would fucking, he wouldn't even believe it. It's beyond Orwell, and it passed Orwell and went to the fucking next level. Have you seen the debt? People are working 4 hours, 5 o'clock in the morning. These fucking fainting goats are borrowing money on cars for 10 years. Going in this fucking death spiral, just sucking up more debt. Look at them. Their health's going to fucking pieces. We're poisoning the Pacific Ocean. So Obama fucking, right place, right time. They got the right, and he's young, green. Nobody knows anything about him. Oh, he's just a tall black guy. You know, countercall. I mean, just lies all this fucker did. Perfect fucking abuser. So, Fukushima happens. The earthquake happens. The greatest catastrophe in human history. They're scrambling. They're going fucking crazy. John Holdren has been named as the science and technology fucking head of the Obama administration the day he was elected. He's a eugenicist from fucking Russell Trust from California. They run the fucking show. The nuclear cartels had control since fucking Truman. Since they fucking pushed Wallace out and killed fucking FDR. Not my words. Fucking Joseph Stalin's words. The House of Windsor fucking has control on the fucking nuclear cartel and her uranium mods and their fucking gold rocks out of the shiny hole, Rio Tinto, big old copper mine I'm looking at right now. Biggest hole in the world, the Queen's Hole. And her shiny fucking gold rocks. She's had total control of it since then. Now that we fought back. The fuckers fought back. Eccles called himself a state socialist. FDR fought back. The whole New Deal fought back against these globalists. Fucking unions fought back with blood. Fucking fought back. Hardcore, they won. 79, they got it all back when Bush occupied the CIA got the fucking White House. May Brussels, 1980, Carmel, California. It's over, kids. The Bush CIA, the Russell Trust, has occupied the White House. They will never leave. First thing they will do is knock off Reagan. By the way, Mark David Chapman and fucking Hinckley were together with the world fucking $29 trillion evangelical fucking CIA front in Lebanon. They were together. And now Yoko's got a fucking thing out. She's going to do a thing for womanhood. Let's hear your fucking stories. And in the fucking, we know that the Huffington Post has been exposed, Snowden exposed this, that they are the mouthpiece for the CIA. Comes in and calls her Her Majesty, which she is. Yoko Ono is related to the Japanese royal family. She's the fucking daughter. Neo anti-Yoko Dadaism. One day you'll understand. Jackson Pollock. One day you'll get it with Blanch, the artist formerly known as Cancer Inmate 137. One day you will understand. Kids, Johnny, run along now. So, it happens. Hillary Clinton got played. A good soldier. Barack Obama hates Hillary Clinton. He's admitted it over and over. Hates her guts. He placed her head of the thing so he could fucking, they placed her there so she could be the fall. Now, is she a globalist? No doubt about it. Bill Clinton, a fucking globalist. But there's a dynamic of play there. They hate women. Barack Obama hates fucking women, just like his grandfather. Hates them hardcore. So Fukushima, he knows, because I have the transcript inside the Situation Room. I know what happened in there. He 100% fucking knew this is the greatest catastrophe in the world. Holder and the boys, to protect the nuclear energy crime family, says we can handle it, we're already in there, J Village Underground. We're there, we can handle it. And they couldn't handle it. I was at the Million Mass March leading that thing up forward when they retooled it. I was in the Department of Energy the day they retooled it. November 6th, fucking 2013. I stood right in front of the White House as TEPCO executives went in. And they retooled Ernest Moxie fuel. I got in Allison McFarland's face. I caught her off guard because she snuck in because she got a free trip to San Juan because she thinks she's a royal. Went out the back door in her limo. Boy, did I catch her. You should see fucking Allison McFarland's face at an NRC. When I stood up, I got up, I was speaker number 19. She had no clue I was there. She wouldn't have showed up one iota if she knew I was there, because she knows. She knows I know her. She knows I've fucking been after this, and she's so afraid of me. They all are, because they know I know. Right in her face. I stood up on that podium and looked at her and went on that fucking line in San Juan Capistrano. I'm saying, no one knew Allison was going to be there. You know, they're like, oh, please come see. We'll give you a bunch of money. You're a fucking elitist. Here. Should have seen her fucking face when she saw me. She never had the big one. She knew I was going to grill her. She knew I was going to expose her in public, and then it was going to be pushed. She knows I got a YouTube camera. She knows my YouTube play. She knows. She knows how I play. So Obama knows the whole thing. They know it's the greatest catastrophe in human history. They know it's horrific. It's horrific. So what does he do? He sends Hillary Clinton in. Not 4 or 5 years. Well, I protested in front of the MoMA the day. You know, and I did a lot of heavy research so I could time that exactly the way that Motherwell and Jackson Pollock used to protest in front of the MoMA. They protested exactly. And I like that Kevin Finnegan and Patrick McCormick were fucking drunk and wasting Babylon, because that's how this PhD that I found got it, through the police record. The police were called on fucking Jackson Pollock and Motherwell because they were that fucking drunk. You know? And I protested. They held a sign. They walked on a rope just right back and forth, just exactly like, they didn't use clothespins. But they had it just exactly the same square fucking inch that Ackerman and I did that. That was my idea. I painted it on the fucking, you know, the Royal, Ackerman found the Royal Box. What a piece of art that is. What, I was talking about hanging a museum one day. Wow. I did a lot of fucking heavy research to do that. And my work's not coincidental. You know, and time will catch up with it, because they can understand anti-Neo yoke about it, and they will never get that. Not this group of fainting goats. I mean, there's curators that get it, because I've talked to the MoMA curators. Oh, they're watching. You know, just like, that's Eric Oppenheim, Dennis Oppenheim, conceptual artist's son, who did all that work with. That's a powerful fucking video he and Young Finnegan and I did in the Natural History Museum. Really powerful piece. You know, and then Eric and I protested in front of the MoMA, you know, in our dresses from Vienna. Really powerful fucking work. So he sends her in, Hillary, on April 17th. Now, Hillary requests Kissinger go. He ain't that fucking stupid. Why would she request Kissinger? She knows the globalist fucking map. There's a fucking playbook. Fuck, she went to Yale Law. She's the fucking globalist rat, just like her husband. Come on. The arranged marriage? Fuck. Come on. She could give a fuck if Bill Clinton, who Bill Clinton fucking sleeps with. It's an arranged marriage. That's what fucking Rockefellers have done. They're both Rockefellers. Look at their mothers, both at University of Chicago. Come on, you think it's just all, and she says her own mother abused, just shows up in California. Fucking hitchhike, what is it? What? You believe that? I got some land I want to sell you out fucking here by the lake. How about that Brooklyn Bridge I'll sell you? So, this fucking woman hater, he fucking, I mean, just because it was bred into him by the time he was 4. He knows no better. He knows no other. You can see the way he walks and the way he moves. I mean, just the way he moves, he's incredibly arrogant. I remember a young, beautiful female that I was involved with when Barack Obama was running. And I shouldn't say young, I mean younger than me, a couple of years. Incredible. She says, Kevin, you know, I voted for Democrats my whole life. And there was this guy's on, she says, his arrogance and the way he moves is arrogant. This guy's a woman hater. She says, you don't see like us girls see. Us women see. This woman's brilliant, by the way. She's still around. I'm trying to get her to do an interview with me. You know, she's really a fantastic Utah, which a lot of these women in Utah are really incredible. I mean, women in Utah are fantastic. It's the men that are all fucked up. They always have been. The workers have always been the women. The women have always done all the work. Canned the fruit, fucking run the fucking farms, raise the fucking children. The beehive was always the women. The men were fucking fuck-offs. So it's always been. They're still that way. These women here are fantastic. I mean, the women in Utah are incredible. Incredible, including my daughters, all of them. They're fantastic, incredible, fucking hard-working, loving, logical people for the most part. That's the typical here. She's like, he's a woman hater. How can you tell? I can just tell by his mannerisms. We can tell. You know, especially a beautiful female. And this girl's sophisticated, articulate, beautiful, fucking refined as they get. She says, I'm telling you. Boy, was she right. I didn't want to hear it from her. She was right. You're like, how can you say that? Look what he did to Caroline Kennedy. But what did he do to Hillary? Now, Hillary, poetic justice, would get everything she deserved. I wouldn't reach cancer. I'm my worst enemy. Am I anti-Hillary? Oh, I'm the most anti-Hillary Clinton there ever was. I wouldn't vote for her. Fucking, she was running against Charles Manson. You could put a gun to my head and I wouldn't vote for her. Hillary Westinghouse Clinton. She will do anything for money. I mean, she's a globalist fucking, I mean, Bill Wilmar Clinton, the Bush cartel. I mean, fuck, real choices we have. Fucking Trump. You know, Trump fucking talked tariffs, and I was fucking starting to lean fucking over him, and then he started his Giuliani fucking Mike Lee fucking Kool-Aid drinking, and I'm like, fuck you. You know, and then he starts his fucking loose talk with fucking we should nuke someone, and then he was asked about fucking nuclear energy twice by our group. Our group was asked him. You know, in the early days, long ago. He's pro-nuclear energy. Says it over and over and over. So Fukushima, get in a car wreck, you don't start driving. He's a fucking moron. And he's proven that he'll do anything for money. Anything. And his buddy's up with Putin. You know what kind of evil fuck Putin is? Nikolai the new czar. Putin is one sick, evil fucker. Talk to anybody from Russia. You know, talk to him. You know, the anti-nuclear activists that have been slaughtered in the Ukraine, they're all fucking having to hide, including the oncologist from Mayak. I mean, the fantastic, with her 5 children, is hiding in Paris right now. He's killing them. That's pussy riot. You want to talk abusive to fucking women? You don't know how many Putin? Please. It's amazing, our choices. So Hillary passes out. Very sick. Let's see, she was, you know, okay, so I'm going to go right to the Admiral of the USS Reagan, because I've been inside. Look, one person in 2013, the whole entire proceedings, now Libby's been there. Libby Hadley has been here since 2014. But in the early stages, it was just me. I was the only one there, you know, by myself in San Diego, sleeping in a shithole fucking hotel. But I'm over there every day. I'm full of leukemia. And I've been involved with the Reagan case from the very inception. So I'll quote fucking the Discovery, what they said, the Admiral quoted. So they go in, you know, the Operation Friends. By the way, he wanted all 800,000 evacuated. So they're right up next to the reactor. Their readings on the ship are 200 times what's the legal background that are harmful. And they have, I mean, come on, this is the U.S. United States Navy. So they back out 25 nautical miles. They're still 200-300 times. So they back out 100 nautical miles. They're still fucking 100 times. They back out 200 nautical miles, which proves Ken Buser's a fucking liar. CIA rat, all of them. His name's on the KLK study. He wants to hide. That got leaked to me. That's the only reason it's out. I'll get no credit, but all this fucking incredible work that I've done. But it's out there. I got it out there. It's out there in the library for the world to see. So, 200 miles, still 30 times. So this is in the early days when Fukushima is just blasting off. I mean, it's just blowing up. It's blowing up over and over and over. It didn't just blow up that day. Blow up again in June, blow up again. It's so incredibly fucking hot. They radiated 800,000 of their own military personnel and knew it willingly. Obama knew it willingly. He would listen to Holdren's bullshit. You know, this is a guy who did not know what Hanford was. Look it up. That's one of our groups who asked him on the stump in Illinois. Asked him, what are you going to do about Hanford? Our politicians say they're going to clean it up, and then they never do. He says, I got to admit, this is right before he became president. I don't know what Hanford is. This shows you that they played this fucking moron. They played this fucking puppet. They worked him. He didn't know what Hanford was. I'm a butcher, what's the cake? I'm a carpenter, what's the hammer?